When the world finally softens into silence and the noise of the day begins to fade, we find ourselves standing at a gentle threshold. Evening is more than the end of another day. It's a bridge between what has already slipped from our hands and what has yet to unfold. In this space, delicate and sacred, lies a quiet chance to return home to ourselves. Yet most people drift into the night still burdened, carrying the weight of undone tasks, old regrets, and conversations that never found closure. We lie awake, replaying moments long after they've passed. But what if evening wasn't meant to be a cage of restless thoughts, but a place of refuge? In Buddhist wisdom, nightfall becomes a mirror, reflecting what is true and transient. It reminds us that everything changes, that peace isn't something we find by chance, but something we nurture. And in this stillness, even the words we speak carry deeper meaning. They are not empty affirmations, not wishful thinking. They are medicine for a tired heart, keys that unlock a door to deep rest and gentle awakening. Imagine closing each day not in anxiety or scarcity, but in wisdom and kindness. Imagine planting seeds in the soil of your own mind, seeds that bloom into gratitude, forgiveness, acceptance, and love. 6 simple reminders can transform not only the way you sleep, but the way you live tonight. And each night that follows, whisper them softly to yourself. Let them become your evening ritual, your lantern in the dark. Because when you rest in peace, you do not rest alone. The whole world feels the quiet echo of your serenity. The first reminder is simple, yet profoundly liberating. Today is complete. Why do we struggle so much with endings? When we lie down at night, the mind refuses to let go. It replays every conversation, reopens every wound, rehearses every task we left unfinished. We cling to the day as if by replaying it, we could somehow rewrite it. Yet the truth is unshakable. Once the sun has set, the day is no longer ours. Its lessons remain, but its events are finished. To whisper "today is complete" is to practice one of the deepest truths the Buddha taught, the truth of impermanence. Everything arises, stays for a while, and then fades. A flower blooms, then withers. A season arrives, then departs. A life begins, then ends. So too with this day. No matter how glorious or how difficult it has reached its natural conclusion. Clinging only multiplies suffering. Acceptance, on the other hand, invites peace. Think of a monk striking the gong at the end of evening meditation. The sound rings out clear, final, leaving no doubt that the practice has ended. There is no need to return to it. When you tell yourself, "Today is complete," you are striking the gong for your own heart. You declare to your restless mind, "This chapter is closed." You may feel you did not accomplish enough. You may feel regret for words spoken too harshly, or sadness for opportunities missed. But remember, life is not a test where you must score perfectly each day. It is a teacher. Every day is designed to shape you, to offer its lessons, and then to step aside. Even the most ordinary days have already fulfilled their role. Once you see that, you can bow to the day with gratitude, not with restlessness. Imagine placing everything that happened, your joys, your mistakes, your worries, into a small wooden box. Close the lid. Place the box on a shelf in your mind. It does not belong in your bed, in your dreams, or in your racing thoughts. It belongs in the past, where it can no longer disturb you. Feel the relief in this act. The shoulders soften, the mind releases. A gentle silence fills the heart. Buddhist monks often describe each night as a small death. It is not morbid, but wise. For every evening is the end of a cycle that will never return again. To resist this is to wrestle with reality itself. To accept it is to walk hand in hand with truth. When you accept that today is complete, you stop fighting shadows. You rest in alignment with the natural rhythm of life. The mind might protest, But I still have so much left undone. That is true. Yet not every question needs an answer tonight. Not every burden needs lifting before you sleep. Tomorrow is another chance, another breath, another sunrise. By releasing the day, you create space for renewal. By clinging to it, you only drain the energy you will need tomorrow. Say it softly now, almost like a prayer. Today is complete. Feel the words settle into you. Notice the weight sliding off your chest, the racing thoughts slowing, the body loosening its grip. In that moment, you are no longer a prisoner of the past 12 hours. You are free here in the sanctuary of night. Every day has its rise and fall, just as waves crest and crash, just as the sun rises and sets. Your life too moves in cycles, and this cycle has closed. Honor it, then let it go. Close your eyes with the calm, knowing that you have done enough for today, that today itself is enough. Rest, for the day is complete. The second reminder to whisper each night is, I am grateful for the gifts of today. Gratitude is more than polite manners or positive thinking. It is a shift of perception, a quiet turning of the heart. Without gratitude, the mind becomes restless, always reaching, always measuring what is missing. With gratitude, even the smallest things shine like treasures. Buddhism teaches that the mind which knows gratitude is already a mind at peace. It no longer chases endlessly after more, because it sees clearly that life has already given enough. Pause for a moment and look back on your day. Ask gently, what gifts did I receive? Perhaps it was a shared laugh, a kind word, or a smile from a stranger. Perhaps it was something so ordinary you almost overlooked it. Food to eat, clean water to drink, a safe place to rest. Perhaps it was simply the chance to breathe through one more day of existence. These are not small things. They are blessings hidden in plain sight, waiting to be noticed. The ego will always complain, things did not go my way. I did not get what I wanted. But gratitude answers, I received more than I noticed. Life gave me blessings even in difficulty. This is why gratitude is inseparable from mindfulness. To be mindful is to see clearly what is already here. To be grateful is to see reality from the heart. Think of your breath. Each inhalation is a gift air that has traveled across oceans, forests, and countless living beings before reaching you. Each exhalation is an opportunity to say, thank you. When you breathe with this awareness, every breath becomes an act of reverence. Even pain can carry hidden blessings. Perhaps today tested your patience. Perhaps it revealed your strength. Perhaps it gave you another chance to practice compassion. Even the moments that hurt can become teachers if we meet them with open eyes. Gratitude does not deny suffering, it transforms it. It softens the sharp edges of disappointment and reveals the hidden wisdom inside. Science now confirms what the Buddha taught centuries ago. People who practice gratitude sleep more peacefully, stress less, and live with greater joy. But beyond statistics lies something deeper. Gratitude heals because it reconnects us with the truth of interdependence. The bed you sleep on, the clothes you wear, the light that allows you to see, none of these are yours alone. They are the result of countless hands, countless efforts, countless conditions. When you realize this, separation dissolves and your heart naturally bows in humility. So tonight, let your mind travel gently through the hours of the day. Recall not the things you lacked, but the gifts you received. Whisper softly, I am grateful for the gifts of today. Picture yourself bowing to the people who touched your life, to the earth beneath your feet, to the sky above you, to the unseen web of support that carried you. Feel how the body relaxes when gratitude arises. Resentment loses its grip, worry loosens its hold. Gratitude is a gentle energy, like a warm blanket drawn across your shoulders, reminding you that you are held, you are supported, you are not alone. And as you drift towards sleep, imagine laying your head down, not on a pillow of thoughts, but on a pillow of thankfulness. Every heartbeat a blessing, every breath a prayer. Let gratitude cradle you, and let it carry you into dreams where peace is the natural language of the soul. The third reminder is perhaps the hardest, yet the most freeing. I forgive myself and others. So often we carry the weight of the day into the night, guilt for what we failed to do, resentment for how others treated us, anger at the world for not bending to our will. These emotions do not rest quietly. They burn within us, poisoning our sleep, invading our dreams, and tightening their grip on tomorrow. Forgiveness is the only key that unlocks these chains. Without it, we remain prisoners of our own hearts. The Buddha once compared anger and resentment to holding a burning coal in your hand, waiting for the chance to throw it at someone else. But who is burned first? Always the one who holds it. When you carry resentment, you suffer before anyone else does. Each night, as you prepare to close your eyes, you have a choice. Carry the fire into your dreams, or set it down and walk into the night free. Begin with yourself. Too often we punish ourselves for not being perfect, for not knowing better, for failing to live up to impossible standards. But the path of practice is not about flawless execution. It is about sincerity. Every human being stumbles. Every human being says words they regret, makes choices they later wish to undo. To forgive yourself is not laziness. It is compassion. It is acknowledging that you too are human, learning step by step. Whisper softly, I did my best. I forgive myself for where I fell short, for what I did not know, for where I am still learning. Let these words loosen the grip of shame. When you forgive yourself, you create space for growth. A heart paralyzed by guilt cannot move forward, but a heart softened by compassion becomes fertile ground for change. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is strength, because it clears the soil for seeds of wisdom to grow. Then extend forgiveness outward. Think of the people who hurt you today through words, through actions, or even through silence. See them clearly. They too are human. They too carry ignorance, fear, and suffering. The Buddha taught that unskillful actions often arise not from malice, but from confusion or pain. This does not excuse harm, but it explains it. To forgive is not to say, what you did was right. It is to say, I release you from the prison of my anger, because I deserve peace. Some wounds are deep. Some scars may never fade. Forgiveness does not erase the past. It simply refuses to let the past control the future. Even if you cannot release everything tonight, even if the words feel heavy on your tongue, simply whispering them begins to soften the stone around your heart. Over time, the stone crumbles. Space returns, light enters. Imagine your anger and guilt as a dark smoke filling your chest. Each breath of forgiveness is like a cool wind clearing the air. Slowly, the smoke thins until your heart shines clear, spacious, and light. You do not forgive because others demand it. You forgive because your own spirit longs to breathe again. So tonight, whisper gently, I forgive myself and others. Set down the chains. Let the burning coal fall from your hand. Free yourself from the fire you were never meant to carry. And as you close your eyes, step into the night with peace, resting gently in your chest, ready to wake renewed. The fourth reminder is a tender acknowledgement of your own humanity. I practiced as best as I could. How often do we lie down at night with the feeling that we did not do enough, that we should have worked harder, spoken more kindly, shown more patience, loved more fully? The mind is relentless in its self-criticism, whispering that nothing was quite good enough. But this is the illusion of perfection, a standard no one can ever meet. Buddhist wisdom teaches us that life is not an exam to pass. It is a practice to engage in, moment by moment. When you tell yourself, "I practiced as best as I could," you are not excusing mistakes. You are affirming sincerity. Even in your stumbles, you practiced. You practiced patience when you held your tongue instead of lashing out. You practiced compassion when you offered a small smile to someone who needed it. You practiced mindfulness when you noticed your breath, even for a single moment. These may seem like fragments too small to matter, but every step counts. The Buddha never asked for perfection from his followers, only for sincerity of effort. Think of a child learning to walk. The child falls again and again, yet each fall is part of the journey. No parent scolds a child for stumbling. Instead, they celebrate each attempt, because every fall is proof of growth. In the same way, your life is a series of steps, some steady, some clumsy, but all meaningful. Every act of kindness, every breath of awareness, every attempt at letting go is a step along the path. At the monastery, even the most ordinary tasks are seen as practice. A monk sweeping the floor is not merely cleaning, he is training the mind in mindfulness. A nun washing bowls is not merely completing chores, she is practicing presence. You too have practiced today, perhaps without noticing, the simple act of returning again and again to kindness and awareness that is practice. This reflection protects you from despair. Without it, you may believe that worthiness only comes from flawless achievement. But Buddhism teaches that worth is your true nature, not a prize to be earned. Practice simply uncovers it, layer by layer, like polishing a hidden jewel. So tonight, look back not only at what you failed to do, but at what you did. Acknowledge the effort, however small. Say softly, "I practiced as best as I could." Let the pressure ease from your chest. Let go of the illusion that you must be perfect in order to be whole. Each day is a seed. Some days you plant deeply, other days only lightly scatter. But with time, every seed contributes to the forest of your becoming. Trust this. Trust that sincerity is enough for today. Tomorrow will bring another chance to practice again. Tonight, it is enough simply to rest in the peace of knowing you tried. Breathe gently and whisper once more, "I practiced as best as I could." Then allow the words to cradle you into sleep, not as judgment, but as release. The fifth reminder is one of the most liberating truths the Buddha ever shared. Everything changes, and that is okay. Impermanence is not an abstract idea. It is the fabric of existence itself. Every moment, every breath, every heartbeat is already slipping into the past. Our bodies change, our thoughts shift, our relationships evolve, our fortunes rise and fall. Nothing remains as it was. And yet, rather than embracing this truth, we resist it. We cling to joys as if they will last forever, and we fight sorrows as if they will never end. This resistance is the root of suffering, but when we whisper to ourselves, everything changes, and that is okay. We soften, we begin to align with reality instead of resisting it. We remember that the pain we carry tonight will fade, just as the joys of today also slipped away. The seasons remind us of this truth. Winter yields to spring, spring blossoms into summer, summer cools into autumn. Each season passes, and yet each holds its own beauty. Think of your emotions the same way. Joy is like sunlight, bright but fleeting. Sadness is like rain, heavy but also passing. Neither stays forever. Life is a river, never a stone. When you stop trying to dam the current, you discover peace in the flow itself. At night, we often worry about what tomorrow will bring. Will it be difficult? Will it be kind? Will it hold joy or sorrow? Yet impermanence reassures us. Whatever comes will not last forever. Tomorrow too will change. Anxiety loses its grip when we see that no moment is permanent. The Buddha once said, "All conditioned things are like a dream, an illusion, a bubble, a shadow." These words are not meant to depress us, but to wake us up. We treasure a flower because we know it will fade. We treasure a moment because we know it will not return. Impermanence makes life precious. So tonight, as you prepare for sleep, release your grip on both the sweetness and the bitterness of the day. Let go of today's successes, for they have already passed. Let go of today's struggles, for they too will not remain. Whisper gently, "Everything changes, and that is okay." Allow the words to wash over you like a calm tide, carrying away both clinging and resistance. Imagine your worries as clouds drifting across the sky of your mind. Watch them move, dissolve, and disappear. You do not need to chase them. You do not need to hold them. Simply let them pass. Impermanence is not a curse. It is a gift, because it means no state of suffering can last forever, and no ending comes without opening space for a new beginning. When you hold life gently, knowing it is fleeting, you live with more tenderness, more openness, more wonder. And as you close your eyes tonight, remember, you are part of this great flow. Everything changes, and that is not only okay, it is beautiful. The sixth and final reminder is a blessing that reaches beyond yourself. May all beings be safe, peaceful, and free. As night falls and your body yearns for rest, it's easy to retreat into the small circle of your own worries and thoughts. But Buddhist wisdom invites us to widen that circle, to let our hearts stretch beyond their familiar boundaries. This is the practice of metta, or loving kindness, a boundless compassion that begins within and radiates outward to all beings. Start softly with yourself. Whisper inwardly, "May I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be free." This is not selfishness, it's self-nourishment. Just as an empty cup cannot pour water, you cannot offer peace to others if you withhold it from yourself. By blessing your own body and mind, you prepare the soil for kindness to grow and flow outward. Then, gently turn your thoughts to those nearest to you. Family, friends, companions who share your journey. Picture their faces. Imagine them smiling, healthy and calm. Whisper, "May you be safe. May you be peaceful. May you be free." Let this warmth reach them, even if they are far away. And then, with quiet courage, extend this same compassion toward those who test your patience, the ones who have hurt you, angered you, or seem hardest to forgive. They too are human. They too long for happiness, even if their actions have been unwise. Whisper to them softly, even if your voice trembles, "May you be safe. May you be peaceful. May you be free." This doesn't mean you excuse their behavior. It means you free yourself from the weight of anger by offering them this simple wish. And then, let your compassion expand beyond all boundaries. Imagine the entire earth bathed in a gentle light of kindness. The rivers, the mountains, the forests, the animals, and the countless people you'll never meet. See them all wrapped in this same blessing. May all beings be safe, peaceful, and free. In that moment, your heart becomes wide as the sky itself. Instead of drifting to sleep with narrow, restless thoughts, you rest in limitless love. The Buddha taught that loving kindness is like protective armor for the mind. It shields us from hatred, fear, and the poison of separation. Modern science now supports this ancient truth. Regular practice of loving kindness meditation can reduce stress, increase joy, and nurture deeper connections. But its most profound gift can't be measured. It's the quiet peace that comes from knowing your final thoughts before sleep were not of anger or worry, but of love. So tonight, before you drift into dreams, offer your blessing to the world. Even if no one else hears you, even if your words are only whispers in the dark, the act itself transforms you. It purifies the mind, softens the body, and carries a quiet peace into your sleep. And when morning comes, you awaken with a heart already leaning toward kindness. Whisper it now softly, like a lullaby to your soul. May all beings be safe, peaceful, and free. Let these words ripple gently through you. Let them be the final thought you carry across the threshold of night. Rest in the knowing that by offering peace to others, you've also offered it to yourself. And so the day comes to its close, not in noise, but in stillness. You have spoken 6 reminders, 6 seeds planted deep within the soil of your heart. Today is complete. I am grateful for the gifts of this day. I forgive myself and others. I practiced as best as I could. Everything changes, and that is okay. May all beings be safe, peaceful, and free. These are not just words, they are doorways. Each one leads you from restlessness to peace, from tension to openness. Each one gently unties the knots the day has left behind, allowing you to rest in the truth of this moment. Think of what you've just done. You've released the weight of what's unfinished, bowed to the quiet blessings hiding in plain sight, set down the coal of resentment, and honored your effort, however imperfect. You embraced the flowing river of impermanence, and in doing so, you opened your heart wide enough to hold the entire world in compassion. This is no small act, it is the quiet revolution of the spirit. Remember, the Buddha did not teach us to escape life, but to be fully present within it. Each of these 6 reflections is a gentle step toward clarity, awareness, and kindness. Over time, they don't just shape your evenings, they begin to shape your tomorrows, softening the edges of your days and deepening the calm within you. So tonight, as you close your eyes, let these words sink into you like soft rain nourishing the earth. Rest in the simple truth that you have done enough, that you are enough, and that tomorrow will arrive exactly when it should. And as you drift into dreams, let one final whisper linger on your lips, a blessing that gathers everything you've practiced into a single breath. May all beings be safe, peaceful, and free.